Hello all. I'm May and I'm one of the co-leads for the IncludeAge project. And I'd like to provide an update in regards to our IncludeAge newsletter. So some exciting stuff happening here. I'm only doing one take, so let's get going on this. So some news updates and celebrations. Firstly, we have now completed over 80 life story interviews. The analysis of the data is well underway with some of our co-researchers also taking place in the analysis. We'll be sharing some early analysis at our project steering group meeting this coming week. And data from our place age study has begun to come in, woohoo, and we have sent out 32 tablets so far. It's really exciting to see participants using tablets to record their experiences of inclusion in both physical and virtual spaces. So we will have a workshop to begin analysis of this data in November. As well, we have now full ethical approval for our organizational interviews and for our social network analysis phases of data generation. That's really exciting because getting ethics approval can be really challenging sometimes. As well, the first organizational interviews have been completed, so that's really awesome. We have already completed 16 interviews, including a library, cafe, police, and an inclusion group. So that's exciting. So we've, completed these interviews with people that work in these settings. So not actually completing interviews with a library or cafe or a police group. Um, just so you know, so it's people within these organizations. We also have an article on using creative writing to support transdisciplinary working, and that's been submitted for publication in Qualitative Inquiry. The article examines how members of IncludeAge have strived to build inclusion in the project through designing and facilitating a collaborative autobiographical poetry activity for our team members. You can read more about the poem on our website. As well, plans for workshops in England and Scotland early next week are underway. These will be aimed at discussing different perspectives on inclusion, deciding on and prioritizing actions needed to improve inclusion. In terms of outreach, Joe has returned to Sky for a second visit, mainly because he really likes Sky, I think, to deliver tablets to 4 people who have learning disabilities so that they can take part in the place study. This is a very remote location, and we're really hoping that it'll add depth to generating the data. Now, in September, Judith attended the Scottish Parliament cross party group on older people, age, and aging. She talked about the need for a joined up policy approach across housing, health, and social care to enable more people from different walks of life to be supported and included in their communities to live the best quality life that's possible. Now, people from a range of different third sector, government, public service organization, older people's groups attended. And there was a huge commitment to officially write to the Scottish Parliament and Westminster to listen more to the voices of older people and challenge the policy on winter fuel allowance. Judith has also been invited to present on the IncludeAge project at the next meeting. More on that. So Judith and Laura were invited to speak about IncludeAge at the Older People's Strategic Action Forum. The group is made up of organizations and charities who work with older people and provides advice and feedback on policy to the Scottish Government. The group were very supportive of the research, and this sparked discussions around building intergenerational communities, as well as the importance of creating specific policies for marginalized groups. Now, Judith, Laura, and Joe have an upcoming meeting with representatives of the Equality and Human Rights Commission in Scotland to look for ways to connect with the project and the wider community. So last but not least, Catherine and Richard both presented a paper at the first international forum on LGBTQI plus aging in Southern Europe at the University of Coimbra in September. So I hope that I pronounced that correctly. The University of Coimbra. So that's in September. Yeah, so congrats to them. The title of their paper was Anywhere That Looks Friendly: Multifaceted Aspects of Finding LGBT plus Friendly Spaces and Places Across the Life Course. As well, I'd like to offer up some new resources that we have produced. So some new info bites on our IncludeAge YouTube channel. To watch these, please click on the links in the e-version of the newsletter. And remember, you can find out more about our project, including ways to get in touch with us on our IncludeAge website. Funnily enough, and interestingly enough, IndependentAge have just published a report on the experiences of older people living in the private rental sector. For anyone interested in this, please find the report using our link provided in the newsletter. I like how just noting all the organizations and groups, how they've added age at the end. So IncludeAge, PlaceAge, IndependentAge. Recently, I read a paper about a project in Sweden called UserAge. So yeah, I just find that really interesting and funny and great as well. So just a couple of my own updates to add to this. So our super awesome social network research expert, Fiona Dobby, will be hosting an international webinar on basically, how to do social network mapping using the ego nets. So that's going to be really exciting. It's going to be in November, hosted by the Department of Gerontology at Simon Fraser University. It'll be at 4 p.m. UK time. So, we can have folks joining across, yeah, across the pond. So I'm really excited about this. I think that's all the updates that we have. So until the next newsletter, I hope this recording was um, fun and useful. And yeah, I'll chat with you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye for now.